look at this. This is the gill, I guess. And it's casting a shadow on this, but then there's a muscle structure that this quickly comes up and over, so we have the light reflecting off of that on the high side where the light is actually hitting it. Well, look at how great all those things are. We have opportunities to do things like that around the eye. Now, I think I'm changing my eye a little bit, and this is kind of on a swivel base. It kind of it goes like this. You know, it just swivels around like so it can look. And so when it swivels, we'll see more of the part that's lifting it up, or maybe stretching to allow for this to come up and away from the original surface. And this one goes down, and we won't see that. But that's what we're seeing here. As the fish is looking behind, we're seeing an opportunity to demonstrate that the fish is looking, you know, maybe back this way. Every time I go ahead and enlarge it, I wish I had another, but it's going back this way because we see that swivel base, you know, changing. We're lifting up this edge of the lid. We're lifting up this edge of this disc with this pupil in the middle of it. Fascinating, you know, how everything works. And so anyway, we have these delicate little things like the bone structure possibly in the fin, in this little side fin. I don't know what you call these. You guys probably know, between dorsals and this and that and whatever. But then we have all these little dots. When I do something like this, I like to create a value and take something like this out. Otherwise, what's going to happen is I'm going to end up by having a bunch of circles. Oh, let's see. I'll have a bunch of circles indicating where they all are. I'm not saying that this isn't necessary sometimes, but then I've got to go in and I've got to color in between them all. And so anytime I have a chance to take something out, I am going to be way ahead of the game. The same thing is there's a certain amount of, when you're doing the white beard, there's a certain amount of structure that we can create, and we can have a base edge, and yet there's some whiskers that we'll take right on out of the value to create another layer and another layer and another layer. And that way I avoid having outlines to the whiskers, which would really kill it. In my estimation, I just think it's much better for us to have control over the value this way. So, but when I have an area that has value like this, I'm going to want to make very, very careful that I don't get impatient and just delicately lay down my values and, you know, refine it just like I would with the tapered stroke and the patches and the sphere. Create whatever contour I'm going to want in the value, and then come in and actually take something out again. Now that is much harder because even though I love to do that, it's harder to get a clean edge. You see how much more of a clean edge. So I have to be willing to come in and clean things up if I want the ultimate in separation, if I want to have that design really be effective, if I want to separate a dimension possibly, you know, if there was that need, then I want to be able to have something pop a little more.